So I've been considering getting a VPN for a while now. So when Ivacy VPN reached out and asked if I wanted to make a video about their service and in return get it for free and try it out and yada yada, I said sure, I'll give it a go. So there's a reason I feel why I don't hear about this VPN more, and that's mainly I think because of reliability. Because this VPN's actually pretty good otherwise, but I just can't trust it to keep me connected to the internet all the time after a while, and I feel like that's kind of holding it back. But yeah, before I go into that, let's talk about what's good about this VPN. So the speeds are mainly what I like about it. Having this VPN on barely brings down the speed, if at all. The speeds are very much the same, whether it's on or off. There's also a handy unblocking tab, which has a whole list of services, and then when you click on a service, it'll basically connect you to a VPN in that country, and then it will give you a link to go directly to that service, which is pretty great because it saves you quite a few button clicks. And then there's also the price, which would have been a big reason to go for this VPN. This VPN's $54 for 2 years compared to other VPNs which are quite a bit more. So while that's all great, there are also a lot of issues that I have with this app. For starters, there's hardly any customization. There's no option to have this app be hidden in the dock and then shown in the menu bar, which is kind of baffling for me since it's a VPN that should kind of be running in the background. I mean, yes, there's a whole workaround where you can have like the VPN menu button like for the OS show up in the menu bar and all that stuff, but I think it should be simpler than that. There should be an option in settings really. And there's also the fact that the auto select is terrible in this app. I mean, it literally linked me to Singapore, both on the laptop version as well as on my phone version, when Singapore is like at the other side of the world to me pretty much. But you know what, sure, once all that set up is fine, you can have it to auto select the location every time you open the app up, so it will just auto select the UK and go to that every time. That's not a big deal. But the thing that's a really big deal for me is the fact that I just can't rely on this app, and as I said at the beginning, it's just unreliable and it keeps disconnecting me. And I even tried out this VPN for a while. I took a while testing it because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't reliable and that I was right about it, and yeah, it just isn't. Pretty much every time I connect to this VPN, after around 3 hours maybe, or 4 hours, it will just make the internet stop working. It's not that it disconnects, but it just makes the internet stop working. You can't browse or anything until you disconnect it and then reconnect it, or just disconnect it. And I mean, sure, that might be fine for the person who just wants to use a VPN to unlock like Netflix for a few hours or something, or somebody that wants to watch, I don't know, ABC News from the UK or something like that. It'll be fine for them. But for me, who wants to kind of just put the VPN on and just forget about it, I just found it pretty annoying. And to be honest, most of the time now I just don't have it on because I don't want to have to deal with the internet just randomly switching off. Especially when it also sometimes does it when I just wake them up from sleep, and I have to literally reconnect it once I wake up from sleep, which I do quite often. I put it to sleep and I wake up quite a lot. And it also just wouldn't work for me with how I have the device at home set up, for example, because it's like fully necessary for the device at home to be connected to the internet at all times so I can always get through to them, because I remotely connect them a lot from here. Like, I don't know, if there's something that I need to change on the Plex server or something like that, I need to be able to connect to it, and I can't put that VPN on because I know that it'll just be unreliable and I might not be able to even access the Plex server at all, like whether if I want to watch something or whether I want to add something or whatever. And yeah, because of that, I also barely use it on my phone. I've literally switched it on my phone like twice. Yeah, it just didn't work out for me at all because I want to have it on all the time. The only people I can really recommend it to are the people that just want to switch it on for a bit and just watch a certain program or whatever and then just switch it off again. For those people, sure, it should work perfectly fine, especially since it doesn't really lower the speeds at all or anything. But I just can't really recommend it to anyone else. But has anyone had a different experience to me, or does anyone use Ivacy themselves? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your experiences with it. And yeah, be sure to like this video if you liked it. I don't know, dislike it if you disliked it. And I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.